Alrighty, guys. As always, we're going to start out by introducing ourselves. Caio, do you mind?
Yeah, for sure. So I'm Caio. I'm 21 years old. I'm from Rio Grande do Sul, Pelotas, the city. Really in the south, almost on the border with Uruguay. I currently at college and I study computer science. Yeah, that's it.
Alrighty. That's nice. Okay, thank you so much, Caio. Isaac, go ahead.
Well, my name is Isaac. I'm from Tumiara, Goiás, and I'm 21 years old, and I study off English, and I would like to improve my English with these classes, and I founded TMT for this purpose.
You are on the right place,
I think that
man,
is.
honestly. Sorry? There's a delay? No, I think you're done. Okay, thank you so much, Isaac. Thank you so much. Felipe, go ahead.
Okay, good night, everyone. Again, my name is Philip. I'm 17 years old. I'm from Cascavel, a small city in Ceará, in the state of Ceará. And it's my, no, it's, sorry. How can I say that? Sorry, guys, I'm kind of nervous. I'm the last year of high school. And I'm here as my second time to practice my speech and maybe make new friends. That's it. Thank you.
You were in the last year of high school, and how do you feel about it?
Actually, it's a little bit strange for me, but at the same time, I'm happy because I really want to finish my studies and study what I really want to do, and that's it. I want this year to end more fast, but in the same time, I want to how can I say that, to spend more time with my friends, with my colleagues of school, and make different things, try to do different things like my Thai, like try to learn different languages like German, or try to eat new kind of foods. That's about it. And yeah, that's it.
Oh man, that's nice. I'm happy for you. And by the way, speaking of high school and stuff, Isaac or Caio, do you miss high school or nah? You're okay. Open question right here.
I miss kind of the environment, a little bit of my friends from high school, because I miss the contact with a little bit of them. Like some of them I still in touch, but some of them I'm not in touch anymore. So yeah, I miss a little bit, but most the environment and the people there, not like the school itself, I guess.
I see. How about you, Isaac?
If I miss the contact with my friends of the high school, this is the
Maybe.
question.
Yeah, do you miss high school, like the routine of going to school and stuff, your friends?
No, I think that no. I have a little group of friends that I keep with me, around me. I know.
I totally feel Isaac. Oh, guys, I don't miss at all high school. I totally feel Isaac, really. Okay, there might have people that I miss, but in a overall, I feel you. That's it, guys. So, forgot to introduce myself. And my name right here, guys. Forgot to do that as well. But anyways, guys, I'm Melissa, but you can call me Mel. I'm 20 years old. I work at iFood in the field of education and social impact. I'm a hostess here on TNT for about a year now, which I'm so happy for. And I love Seresta anime. I forgot, guys, to mention that you should come up with a fun fact of yours. But anyways, I love anime. I love speaking English, and that's basically it. I love horror movies as well. That's basically it, guys. And I love to talk about
Oh, sorry.
Yes, Felipe.
No, I just would like to say that I also love horror movies. They're
You
the
do?
past. Yeah.
What is your favorite one?
I think the World War Z, a Guerra Mundial Z, is perfect. I love that. Love that movie.
Goat. Yes, such a goat. I love that one.
Really, it's really nice. And your
Yes,
favorite one?
Yes, it is. I mean, I don't think I have a favorite one. I like a bunch of those. Like there is a horror movie on nuns, you know? I like these kind of movies. How about Isaac and Caio? Do you guys like horror movies?
Yes, I love it.
You do? That's nice.
I don't.
Like
Yes,
Caio.
no, I don't really watch it by myself, but when some friends want to watch together, maybe on Discord or whatever, I watch it. Yeah.
I see. Alrighty. Okay, guys, thanks for sharing. That's nice. We have a lot of things in common, and that's really nice. All right, you too. So this evening, we're talking about Goblin mode, going Goblin mode. And basically, as I said before, going Goblin mode is kind of giving up living, you know? And we're going to discuss it if it kind of has to do with depression and stuff. Let's go for it. But before doing so, we have another talker. João Marcos. Hey man, are you there?
Hello. Yes.
Hi. So nice to have you here, João.
Thanks.
João, can you introduce yourself really quick, so that we can start out?
Okay. So my name is João Marcos. I live in Serra, Espírito Santo. I'm 28 years old. And it is my fourth time in talking to.
Sorry, pardon? Is it your first?
Fourth.
Fourth, all right.
Yes.
So nice to have you here, João. So guys, João will be talking about Goblin mode. Here you go, the questions. Okay, guys, let's get it started. Here we go. The very first one question is, Goblin mode is kind of the opposite of trying to better yourself. Taking this definition into account, have you ever went on Goblin mode? And then, Caio.
Yeah, absolutely. Back in 2019, in the end of the year, I dropped out of college. I was studying mechanical engineering, and then I studied in another city, so I commuted for 2 hours going, 2 hours coming back, so 4 hours a day, and it was insane, kind of. So it was my second year there. I started 2018, and then 2019, and in the end of the year, I just couldn't anymore. I just couldn't handle, so I just dropped out of college like in November, really in the end of the year actually, and then I just started like kind of Goblin mode. I didn't want to do anything, honestly. Yeah, not related to school. I didn't want to think what I was going to do in life after that. I just, yeah, I was in a Goblin mode for sure.
I see. Felipe, do you share the same experience as Caio?
Yes, of course. And to be honest, last year wasn't a good year for me because it's difficult to explain, but when my dad, how can I say, my dad had COVID and he almost died, and I felt so bad about it because we how can I say that, we were not so close. I would say something like that. And like dad and son, something like that. We're not too close. And when he got sick, I felt so bad, and my family was so complicated, and my sister, so family problems. And also I wasn't in school, so I was a little bit nervous because it was the end of the year. I had to study a lot. I love it, but sometimes I just don't want to do it. But I was in the Goblin mode for sure. But now things have changed, and now I'm here studying English again. I'm trying to study German and try to do different things right now. That's it.
Oh man, at first place, I'm so sorry for you. And by the way, has your father recovered?
Yeah, he's pretty well right now, and I'm so happy about that.
Oh, that's nice, man.
Thank
Really,
you.
really happy for you right now. That's nice. Thanks for sharing. All righty. Isaac, any experience to share?
Well, I think that everybody had a moment in life and with this feeling. Well, when I think that my moment of my life in life when I was in the high school, when the life is so difficult for me, difficult in the circumstance that I found, and my family, the contact with my family is so hard too. And I feel, I think that is the hate that I have this difficulty in my life. But now I'm so happy with my life, and now I'm happy with myself, and I don't have, well, the difficult keep in my life today, but I'm so happy today. I don't have this difficult.
I
Yeah.
see. All right. I see. I'm totally with you. I mean, that's the point, right? We're all going to face like hardships in life, and we gotta face them, you know? I don't know if you guys think the same, but we must not ignore the hardships in life. We gotta face it, face the brutal facts of our lives, you know? So I totally feel you. João, do you have anything to share?
Yes, I have a question. Is this Goblin mode a new word? I never heard about it before.
Pardon, can you repeat?
Is this Goblin mode a new word? I never heard about it before.
Yeah, it's like a term. Yeah, it's a current term, I would say. But the feelings and things, I think we all have gone through. But I
Yes,
would
yes, of
say
course.
that's a
Of
current
course.
point.
There was a period of my life when I was studying, it's my current graduation. I just needed to lock it. I don't know if there's a word in English. I needed to step a few months, and then it became years since I wanted to start my study to see if I was doing it right, if it was this path that I had to choose to my life. And during that time, I wasn't doing too much things in my life. I wasn't being productive. I wasn't studying. I wasn't working, and that was, well, I was lost. I could say that. And since I I think I can use that term to describe that moment. Of course, it was good for me because it was the start of, when you have something going wrong and you just need to step away from what you're doing to see through what you're going to do next. You have to sort it out. Of course, I wouldn't say that I'm glad that it lasts 2 years of my life, but that's it. I'm past that.
All right. All right. All right. Something that you mentioned, man, that I think it's something kind of positive, like when we look at these kind of situations, which is that when we are kind of at the lowest point of our lives, there's could be a turning point, you know, because as just João said, it was like the worst times of his life, but he got better, right, João?
Definitely, yes.
So you see, maybe we can look at at a different perspective, you know, and that turns out to be turning point. So guys, as you all have shared, I mean, I definitely I got in the Goblin modes like many times in my life. By the way, I'm a 20-year-old girl. I would say that high school, I was at the lowest point of my life, to be honest. I didn't care much about my life plan and stuff, you know, and I was pretty insensible, the worst. And it was a turning point to me. It was a really turning point, you know, because whenever I look at myself through my memories when I was in high school, I'm just so glad that what I'm just so glad for what I am right now, you know. So it was a turning point, basically. Alrighty, thank you so much, guys, for being vulnerable and sharing this stuff, because sometimes it's not that easy. The third question, the second. I think that's the kind, there's a quote, I think that's the kind of energy that we are giving going into 2022. Everyone's just kind of wild and insane right now. Do you feel the same, Isaac? Share with us.
No, I think that I don't feel the same because the moment that we live right now, I think that I'm so good. Maybe it's so hard today for me when the life is so hard to me today. When I say less minutes ago, but the life for me it's good, and this year will be the better year for me. Not
I see. That's
to
nice. So
say
happy for you. Sorry?
it's not to say too bad for me.
I see. But like, how
About this
about,
year.
I see. How about your surroundings? Would you say that everybody's giving off like wild, insane vibes? What do you have to say about the people that are around you?
Well, I think that the people around me is very anxious and we have depressive, and and then it's hard to face the reality too with all the good times. And but I think that, yeah, I think that is not more.
No, I
It's
see,
just-
I see. I'm totally with you. I don't know if I can tell like from my social bubble, but I totally see what you mean, Zach. It seems like bunch of people is going through depression and anxiety stuff, you know? Lots more. That's sad. But thanks for sharing, Zach. Caillou, anything to share?
So yeah, I don't feel the same neither. I guess I'm in a good moment, in a good place in my life right now. So yeah, I'm kind of happy. 2022, honestly. I guess 2021 instead was I got this goblin mode, like this fear and this. But this year, no, I'm kind of in a good place, yeah. And about my surroundings, I think that people like in the surface they are okay, but yeah, just in the surface. I mean, it has a lot of depression and anxiety nowadays. Yeah, it's pretty common and it's kind of sad, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's in all social bubbles, maybe. I totally see your point. Hi. Felipe, go ahead.
And what's the question? I didn't understand.
No problem. The second one. You can see the questions, right?
Okay. Oops.
In the chat.
I didn't find the question.
No problem.
Can you say it to me?
Yeah, of course. I'm going to do better. I'm going to share with you all over again, okay?
Good.
There you go. Question number 2. Let me read it again. I think that's the kind of energy that we are giving going into 2022. Everyone's just kind of wild and insane right now. Do you feel the same?
Actually, a little bit. Not wild and insane, but sometimes I feel it. Because I think the life is made of moments, and sometimes there are moments that we feel that way. But actually, at the time right now, not. I'm good, but sometimes we feel that way, and that's it. I would like to say more things, but I don't know how to say that. My answer was short, something like that.
No problem at all. No biggie. Thanks for sharing. João, share with us, man.
So I just don't feel that in that sense. As I said before, it was more of a phase in my life. Today, I know that things are difficult when you see economics issues and political issues and all that. So everyone's suffering in a sense. But of course, there are other things you should focus in life, and that's what I am in this point. So even though we all have problems, I'm not so wide and insane, but I see why those things are happening, and it's really comprehensive.
I see. Guys, honestly, if we're looking at a big picture, I think what this person right here mentioned by going wild, insane, it has to do with our times, like in a big picture, you know? I think we're going through extremisms when it comes to politics, for example. Social inequality is something that is going on, you know, and if you don't have advantages in this scenario, you might going crazy, you know. So I would say that this statement kind of has to do with social issues, you know, and the economic crisis we're going through as well, you know. The pandemic like shut down a bunch of businesses, and tons of people now are living on the streets, you know, and much other problems that arise due to pandemic, you know. So if you are in a good place, you know, if you're not suffering much as others, that's nice, you know, that's nice that you are okay. But people out there, there are really people out there that are really suffering, you know. And these pandemic times kind of I don't know, kind of let us hopeless, you know, let us hopeless. And we honestly, it seems like that we all go in goblin mode, you know. That's my point on it. If you don't agree with me, that's all right, guys. Anyone would like to?
I agree with you. Sorry to interrupt.
No problem. If you want to comment on that, guys, feel free. Any other comments? I'm going to take it as a no. Alrighty, moving on. The third one, I'm sorry guys, but I am the one to come up with such long questions because I want to hear people talking stuff. The third question, It's cool to be a goblin, Marnell says. Everyone is so perfect all the time online. It's good to get in touch with the strange little creature that lives inside you. What's your take on this statement, João?
I definitely agree with her. I think that we have this balance inside us. So if you is too strict upon yourself, that you cannot feel the feelings that you're supposed to feel. If you're down or if you're happy, you can express how you are visually, aesthetically, because you have to follow these norms. I kind of agree that it's cool to be a goblin, even if you're not unhealthy, even if you're good, if you're okay. But oh, I'm at my home right now. I just don't need to um, be formally dressed, for example. That's okay. That's totally fine. I don't see that as a bad thing. Of course, you maybe the person will find that unpleasant, but I don't think that it's universal or it's for everyone. So it kind of depends on who you are.
All right. Interesting, interesting. Caio, do you have a different point of view?
No, I agree that it's cool to be a goblin, and it has something to do with what I said before about the surface. I guess the time that we live now is all about like kind of surface, like social media itself is pretty much it. So people just post their highs in life and people compare themselves with them, but it's not it. Life is just not it. It's not just highs. It's highs and lows. So you have to be a goblin sometimes. You are not perfect. No one is perfect. So yeah, why should you care about being perfect at all? So yeah, I agree with the statement. I don't have another point of view. Yeah.
I see. Like social media depicts like such a really small part of our lives, you know. If you wanna feel upset right now, go through Instagram timeline because there are a bunch of people traveling and being so successful that it seems like there's no space to be sad or to be drawn, you know, withdrawn. And by the way, that's all right, you know. I see your point, guys. Isaac, what's your take on that?
Well, I think that is good to feel this in the moments of life because they like say to the people that we have to make our smile and we have them to keep all the time happy. But the life is a duality. We have the good moments and we have the bad moments, and we have to pass through the bad moments in life because the bad moments ever have a let me think the word um I answer the words um the bad moments carry a good learning. This is the word. Então, so I think yes.
I
That is
see. I see. I mean, if life was a graph, it would be something like, you know,
yeah.
something like that. I totally see. Guys, despite agreeing with you, I think it's interesting to think about to what extent it's good to feeling like a goblin, you know, to be okay being a goblin, you know. I think it's kind of nice to bear in mind. Felipe, what's your opinion on that statement?
And I agree with you. It's important to be on the to live this, to feel like this, because I think that we should be ourselves. We don't have to be a perfect person, and it's completely normal and in the same time necessary to be sad and to be thoughtful, pensativo. and it's completely normal. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be happy and to feel good about everything. And about the social media, I also think that Instagram and YouTube, social media in general, is a little bit fake sometimes, because the people just want to show things um, that show the good parts of their lives. They don't talk about depression, about prejudice, and how to say that, prejudice, I think. And they don't talk about racism. They just I think you understand what I'm trying to say. That's it. But that's the society that we live. But we can change. We can change that. But it's a question. It's just a question of time, I think. I'd say. Thank you.
I see. I totally see your point, man. And you know what, guys? The good pro in being online, right? There is all the cons that we just talked about, but something that is nice is that we kind of can choose who we want to follow, you know? So let me exemplify it. I tend to follow people that show the reality, you know? Basically moms. By the way, I don't want to have children, but there are moms that have profiles on Instagram that they show the true maternity, you know, all the bad stuff of being a mom and stuff, or students that show all the things, all the bad things of studying things. So my point is, the good thing is that we can choose who we follow. We kind of can choose the content we consume, you know? That's my point on it. Guys, everybody has shared, right? Yes.
Yeah, that's true. I follow Amon, also Amon on YouTube, and she's a Brazilian mom. She lives in Norway, and it's how you said, she share things that, honestly, things I would say. She talk about how it's sad to live in a place where the people don't speak your language, or how is it like to be in a place where you don't have many friends or something. But in the same time, she shows good moments, like his daughter, or her family, something like that. Fun facts about the country, something like that. I think it's very funny. The fact that we can trust the people who we are going to follow is very important, and we can also learn with these people. That's a good thing. Like we are doing now, it's very good. That's it.
I mean, definitely. Everything comes down to balance, right? The point is balance. Such a great point that you just came up with, Philip. All right, guys. Moving on. I think this fourth question is such a nice one. And here we go. At home, there's no social pressure to follow norms, so you sort of lose the habit. There's also a feeling that we all fucked, so why bother? And here's my question. Does you or your social bubble, your household, give off similar vibes? Guys, at my household, since pandemic has started, it's kind of interesting living with the people I love, because though I love them, though it's kind of hard to deal with them. And I am sure that it's hard to kind of live with me on a daily basis, you know? But at home, yeah, there's no more social pressure to follow norms. And that's weird, because I don't know about you, but I feel like I've lost some of my, I don't know, etiquette, you know, and my communicative abilities. due to being at home like full time since the pandemic. And I feel like I am a little monster, you know? It seems that I got to relearn how to communicate effectively with people, how to respect people, how to not be rude towards people, you know? I don't know if you guys feel the same, but that's what's going on right here in my place. How about you, Isaac?
Well, in my place that I live in my family, I feel that is well, we don't have norms to follow except the formula of the the rule of the respect. This is the essentials in my family. But norms in general, we don't have here. But I think that the communication with my family is so hard to me because it's it's something that I feel. It's one the past was in the past is, but I try to improve this in my family, my little social bubble. Yes, I think that is, but is I think that everybody have this difficulties in a family or different difficulties with your families.
Yep, yep. But you know what? It seems like it has worsened, you know? I don't know, my loved ones, they tend to freak out more frequently, you know? And I mean, maybe it's that because we are living all together, so different generations with different mindsets kind of is a problem, you know? But I see what you mean. I mean, in my family, we all respect each other, guys. But pandemic highlighted a few things that are not okay. But anyway, thanks for sharing, Isaac. João, do you have anything to share?
So, how is my family? Is that the question? So, or my social bubble?
All of them. Feel free, man.
Okay. I'm not sure if I would define my social bubble or family into that feeling. I think there's a lot of things going on since the pandemic, and we had this moment of distancing and to think about the relations that you have in life. And we as a family, we have passed through that. And we have lost some of the members of my family. I lost my grandpa. And all of that happened last year. So it has the impact. If we're talking about how the pandemic affected everyone. Um, but right now, I think things are coming more into the normality. We we are as close as it was before. I'll say.
I see what you mean. By the way, so sorry for you, man. That's just so sad that you've lost a loved one. So sorry. Hope you get better as soon as possible. Thanks for sharing, man. Caillou, what do you have to share?
So yeah, I kind of feel that like the feeling, the vibe other. My household gives off this similar vibes, I guess. And since I'm kind of an introvert, I just like don't really mind to talk that much. My mom is like didn't really notice that before, but since of the pandemic, like she started to care more and ask me more stuff and things, and I'm just don't answer a lot. I just don't talk a lot, honestly, with them. So I guess that's it's kind of it. Like they feel that I'm like um, lost the habit of, so I'm not bothering at all, and that's not all of it, but it's kind of part of it, and that's also because I'm a little introvert, so I don't speak. I don't tend to try to fight. I don't tend to. I just let it go, let it flow the way it is. So I think that's kind of about it. So I feel I think it gives the similar vibes. Yeah, for sure.
I see, I see. Thanks for sharing, Kai. Felipe, do you have same experience?
Yes, actually, I think we are all living different things and facing different problems. And in my case, since 2020, when the pandemic starts, the things have changed in my house. Good things have happened and bad things too, but that's okay. That's the life. And as you said before, we must face it, because that's how we can grow. We can learn with that, and that's it. Yeah, that's it.
I see, I see. I see your points, guys. Thanks for sharing. And by the way, despite living in different social bubbles, we kind of share the same experience, you know? So that's something that is not good really going on, you know? But thank you all for sharing, guys. My people, I've just noted that question 5 is kind of cut, but there's no biggie. We can jump into the 6th question, okay? So here we are in question number 6, okay? Here we go. This is an interesting question, honestly. Here's the quote. Goblin mode is about a complete lack of aesthetic, because why would a goblin care what they look like? And here's my question. What was the last time you just didn't care about your looks? Guys, let me start out with this one. Honestly, last week I just wanted to eat bacon and couscous, you know? That's all I was thinking about. And this was a week that I was dressing kind of my nasty dress in the terms of filthy, because I didn't care about how I was looking. A comfy socks, and my hair was like so not okay. And I was wearing this dress and a coat. Oh my god, if you look at me on the street, you will cross the street, you know, honestly. And I go like that to the supermarket because all I wanted was couscous and bacon. That's all. So I didn't care much. And last week was a week that I was kind of going through kind of an existential crisis, you know? So a mix of existential crisis and the goblin mode stuff. I just didn't bother. Nowadays, I just don't bother what people think about my lookings, you know? In the past, this was something that I really used to care about, but nowadays, just fuck off. How about you, Joel? Do you feel the same?
Yes. I think it all depends. Who are you trying to impress, or what are your values? If you think in clothes, for example, I'm not into buying clothes. Actually, I just buy it when it's really, really necessary. So I don't have a huge wardrobe. My clothes are almost similar. I just like casual t-shirts and jeans. So I almost every day uses that. And so I just I don't pay too much attention on having an aesthetic, even though I have, but I just don't pay too much attention on that. And I think that's not a problem for me. I don't feel depressed or anything, because it all depends on what your values are, and of course, who are you trying to impress? Of course, if I want to impress someone or a company, let's say, I will have an interview. Of course, I'll do everything I am supposed to in that term. But usually, I just don't feel like I'll I'll have to be the most gorgeous or beautiful person.
Alrighty, I see. I mean, at the same time that I don't care about my looks, I do care. So last week it was like an exception, if I can say that. But thank you so much for sharing, João. And guys, that's it. Now we are wrapping up this meeting. And by the way, how was the conversation, Sarah? Was this topic interesting?
I think that was awesome. Really, really nice. Thank you very much, everyone. It was a pleasure.
Completely crazy. I didn't understand a lot of words in your
No
question.
problem.
I only love you. It's the only thing that I say. And I forgive you for being here at this time, trying to understand the words that you put in the questions. The first time that it happened with me and you, Melissa, okay? But I love you the same way. I am learn or try to learn a little about the subject.
First of all, I'm sorry, but it will happen again, Monica. I'm so sorry, but the difficult words and things, it will happen again. And thank you so much for all these loving things. I love you too, girl. That's it. That's the point. Thank you so much for all of this, Monica. And I am kind of getting used, okay, with the stuff of my meetings being one of the difficult ones. I'm kind of getting used to it, honestly. And thank you, Felipe, for sharing. And by the way, Sarah, how about you?
Yeah, I really liked the conversation. I was with Jessica Vanderlee and I forgot Brenda. Sorry, Brenda. And it was really good because we talked about our appearance and the pressure we can feel sometimes to be perfect and how it's important to take some time for ourselves, but we have to pay attention to doesn't lose interest in important things in life, you know. So I really loved the conversation and always love your topics.
Ow, thank you so much, girl. And by the way, guys, just to wrap up this meeting, is going Goblin mode kind of going through depression? An open question right here. That embarrassing silence. No one would you like to share on that one?
I don't
Yes,
think
Felipe.
it's different because sometimes you are in the Goblin mode, but you don't have depression. You're just feeling like you're a little bit tired, and that's it. But sometimes something bad has happened in your life, and you feel like you are so depressed and you're feeling blue all the time. But it's very how can I say variável in Portuguese, you know.
I'm thinking of variable, but I'm not sure.
Variable, yeah.
It's
variable.
I think that you said, Felipe Caio, that only for a moment I can be in a globing mode, but it's not means that I'm depressed, but I need to be in a globing mode.
Yeah, that's it, because it's normal. We need to feel like that. It's a part of life. Sometimes it's necessary, you know.
It's a kind of vibe.
Sometimes
this vibe arrives and we have to let come in and be in a globing mode.
That's so it, guys. As I said before, it's like a turning point, you know? Sometimes it's kind of a turning point on our lives. Guys, that's nice. I hope you really liked this conversation and stuff. Thank you so much for being here. And just to wrap up all this, I've shared with you, I've dropped it in the chat right here, the TNT website. So if you're looking for English classes, French classes, paid ones, you can go over our website and check out our plans. And please go over the YouTube channel, leave a comment, give us a thumbs up. And the last one is the survey. Guys, the survey that I've shared with you, the last link right here, you're going to evaluate this topic. You're going to evaluate me and how was the meeting as in general. And that's basically it, guys. Hope really looking forward to seeing you next Tuesday. That's it, guys. Bye. Bye,
That's it. Bye.
Caio, Sara,
Bye, everyone.
Stephanie,
Good night.
Felipe,
Have a nice
Bye, guys.
João, Mônica.